I just want to remind our viewers that this particular series is so damn toxic, but I'm still reading it because I absolutely love the art style. The characters are really well drawn, and I can't help comparing this series to another series that I absolutely love, who's currently on break right now, which is Painter of the Night. Before we get started, I just want to remind our viewers that if you like seeing more yaoi content and would like to support this channel, please don't forget to smash that like button. Also, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. Feel free to message me in my social media at ZEALED FUJOSHI, which I'll be using to interact with viewers about more yaoi content. If that's something that interests you, feel free to follow me at ZEALED FUJOSHI. Finally, this episode will contain explicit content and a lot of manwha spoilers. With that in mind, please proceed with caution. You have been warned. Now, without further ado, let's jump into a combined chapters of 14, 15, 16, 17 of Even If You Don't Love Me. This story is so similar to Painter of the Night that it's a good filler while Painter of the Night is currently on break. But I am also in pain for Ji Wook in this series, because I feel like he's a babe trapped in a den of lions. Like, everybody's out to get him, and sadly it's a parallel to Nayeom of Painter of the Night. But I'm gonna stop comparing for now because I want to focus on this series. And if you're just wondering why I like to combine the chapters on this series, is because I feel like this author in particular likes to leave us on a very weird cliffhanger scene, and I absolutely hate it. Like, it's hard for me to make commentary on a series that is so short for me to make a commentary on. It seems like there's only one topic that I can talk about in one chapter, and then it gets continued on to the next chapter, and basically it's the same topic for both of them. So that's why I would be combining the chapters for this series right now until there is more to talk about in the series. But going back to the commentary, like, I kind of feel like there are no other normal person in this story asides Ji Wook, and I just can't imagine him facing all the psychos all alone in this series. And I have a feeling he's gonna be alone until the end of the series. I think like it's gonna be a long while before Seung Eon will finally get his bearings together and have a healthy relationship with Ji Wook. But I am at least hoping that he gets one genuine supportive friend at least, and I kind of feel it's going to be the lapdog of Seung Eon. Anyway, to be honest though, I find the characters in this series so freaking scary. Every conversation that happens in each chapter, I'm just praying that everything goes well and nothing happens bad to Ji Wook, because when this semis gets angry, it's kind of scary that one of them already hurted Ji Wook, which is Seung Eon. Seung Eon already hurted Ji Wook a couple of chapters ago, and we know that the blonde guy, whose name is Junyoung, is oh no, his name is not Jungyeon. What was his name again? I forgot. It will come up to me. I think it's something like Hyung Seo. And this guy is the blonde dude in this series who's so psychotic that he started pulling someone's teeth, and that is really bizarre if you ask me. So I'm really scared for Ji Wook because you don't know what these characters are capable of. But again, going back to the lapdog, Sungyeon's lapdog, am I the only one simping for the lapdog? Whenever he's in a chapter, he's like an unbothered king. Like, he's so chill. Like, when he opens his mouth, it's like he just keeps dropping truth bombs, right? And his name is Shim Junyoung, and I absolutely loved him on the chapter where he told Joo Seung Eon that his first name is, I think, Kwon, and his actual name is Hyung Seo, the blonde guy, was getting close, or it seems like he has made Ji Wook his target, right? So he is secretly making sure that Sungyeon will protect Ji Wook. He already has the inclination that Sungyeon has a big crush on Ji Wook. So Junyoung is doing his best on playing Cupid, but looking all unbothered by everything that's going on, right? And I just feel like with these three guys running around, like, and it seems like Ji Wook has no idea on what's going around him, I have a feeling like it's gonna be a long, treacherous road ahead of him. Like, these three guys have their own motives, and I just can't help but feel like Ji Wook is really all alone right now. Like, even though I really like Junyoung and he looks like a loyal lapdog, I'm not gonna put my bets on him right now because we still don't know what his ulterior motives are or what his backstory. But for me, as of right now, after seeing what he did, informing Sungyeon about the possible danger that Ji Wook might face if Ji Wook gets closer to Hyung Seo, Junyoung seems to be a very kind, but of course he's currently being controlled by Sungyeon, or maybe even manipulated by Sungyeon, of course, but that we don't know yet. But I think what he did by warning Sungyeon about the dangers of Ji Wook being close to Hyung Seo is very kind, and I absolutely love him for that. Ji Wook, it seems though to me, if the time will come that the reason let me rephrase that. The reason why I feel like I don't feel like trusting Junyoung all the way right now is I kind of have this feeling that if, for example, Ji Wook would get hurt in front of Junyoung, especially if the person hurting Ji Wook would be Sungyeon, I feel like Junyoung will not step in to stop his master. I think he would just stand by and not do anything. So that's why I'm still not 100% simping on Junyoung yet. But I think he's a really interesting character so far. But don't get me wrong though, I don't entirely hate Sungyeon as of right now. We don't know because there's still more chapters incoming. But as of right now, I don't hate Sungyeon because after reading chapter 15 and 16, at least we are aware that he has some sort of trauma. If everything that Hyung Seo said is true, then it sounds like Seung Eon was faced with a lot of trauma when he was young. And it seems like Seung Eon is aware of his trauma and his personality, and it shows because you'll see in chapter 17 or 16 that he was really affected by the fact that he hurted the person that he likes, and knows that in order for the person he likes to like him back, he really needs to work on himself. God damn, if only Sung Ho from Painter of the Night is like this, I would have been happy by now with Painter of the Night, but you know, whatever. Seung Eon has a lot of anger issues and also other issues growing up too. It's pretty obvious that anger is not his only issue, but he knows to himself that he doesn't know how to express emotions and says literally what's in his mind, and sadly sometimes what's in his mind might hurt the people that he loves. So I am 100% sure that he is showing some redeemable qualities right now, and I'm hoping that he stays on that pathway. Like, he hurt Ji Wook right now, and hopefully he doesn't do it again, though this story would be boring if there was no sorts of drama coming in the near future. But you know, hopefully nothing too bizarre, right? And also, I am also doubting the entire story that Hyung Seo, the blonde guy, is saying about Seung Eon has a lot of anger issues because of Seung Eon being the runt of his family, and thus he gets bullied by his family, and so he has a lot of pent up anger, and he is releasing this anger on other people. I have a feeling that this story might be overly exaggerated. There might be some essence of truth on the blonde guy's story, but I don't think that's exactly the problem. I think like Seung Eon is strong enough to admit that he has issues, and so it looks like he's willing to work around it. So I don't think that's really affecting him exactly how Hyung Seo is expressing it to Ji Wook. So I'm gonna put a question mark on how true that topic is. But don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Seung Eon has no anger issues. He does. I'm just saying that it looks like Hyung Seo's version of it might be exaggerated in a bit to make Seung Eon look worse in front of Ji Wook. But anyway, this blonde guy is causing all sorts of problem right now. Seriously, I don't think I'll ever get over the fact that he ripped a person's teeth out. Like, bruh, come on. He needs to back off, and I hope that he stops all of the manipulation that he is doing to Ji Wook right now. I feel like right now I just want him to be there just for aesthetics display purposes only, but Hyung Seo is the type of friend who will talk shit about you when you're not around. Because seriously, the reason why I think this person is so suspicious is when he was telling the story about Seung Eon, he said like Sung Eon releases his anger by slapping someone, which he probably said because Ji Wook's injuries looks like somebody either punched him or slapped him, so that's why he probably used that word. And then the second part is by pulling someone's teeth out. I don't think, even though Sung Eon is the type of person who has anger issues, would actually pull someone's teeth out. I think that's something that Hyung Seo would do, but I don't think that's something that Sung Eon would do. Anyway, after the thing with Ji Wook, the whole situation going on with Ji Wook right now, I kind of feel like questioning if we are supposed to like any of the semis that's currently being introduced. I personally don't like any of them right now. Both Sung Eon and Hyung Seo are psychos, clueless, and really cruel. And then again, if I have to pick between these two, I really don't think this story is a love triangle. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely think that Hyung Seo is definitely a more dangerous man than Sung Eon, because we know that Sung Eon actually does love Ji Wook, and God knows what Hyung Seo's goal or agenda is, but both of them are really obnoxious. That's why I don't feel picking a favorite right now. I really can't wait to find out more. I want to see more angst and drama, but man, pulling someone's teeth out, that's just on a whole different level. I'm not gonna pick between them, but as of right now, my favorite person in this series right now, besides Ji Wook, is definitely Joo Seung, which is the lapdog. But I'm pretty sure he's not included in the story to be a love interest for Ji Wook. I'm pretty sure it's only between Sung Eon and Hyung Seo right now. But anyway, this series is a train wreck, and because it's a train wreck, you kind of feel like you can't look away from it. And you know it's gonna get messy, but you can't look away from it. You know there are gonna be a lot of upcoming triggers, and this is just a warning to my listeners who's very weak on this kinds of triggers, you know. But I know that this relationship is gonna be so freaking toxic, and yet I can't look away from it. It's that kind of a train wreck. It's so addicting to keep watching this series. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to follow my social media to be teased about some of the boys' love that I'm interested in. Feel free to leave me a message and converse with me. I'd love to hear back from you. Also, don't forget to support the author. All the manhwa details can be found in the description below. Again, thank you so much and hope to see you next time.